Arroyo Seco broadcast test. Welcome to Thursday Night Baseball live here at Jackie Robinson Field as your Arroyo Seco Saints prepare to take on the San Luis Obispo Blues. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Charles Duncan. Joined alongside me is Jared Thompson, and we are ready for this action as Saxon Andros is going to be on the bump today for the Saints, ready to take on this Blues lineup.
Yeah, for Andros, this will be his third start, fourth appearance of the season. So far, he's got an ERA just above 4.15, 4 earned runs in his 8 innings pitched, 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. He's been efficient. You ask him, he'll continue to improve. And, it's very hot out today, but it might not be hotter than the Saints right now. Saints winning three straight, looking for the 4th straight win after had a 4-game losing streak. They've turned it around. But it's going to be tough for them today as they face the Blues, who obviously have an overall record of 13-4 so far this season, so have been very good. And the Blues beat the Saints about a week ago, 5-1 here at Jackie Robinson Field.
Some promising news for the Saints. The Blues just lost to the Riptide last night in a close matchup in which the Saints have beat the Riptide twice so far this season by scores of 14-4 and 5-3 just this week.
Yeah, the Blues have lost the Riptide the last 2 nights. So they've lost 2 straight coming in, both to the Riptide. The Saints will see the Riptide tomorrow as they'll conclude their homestand before visiting the Blues on Saturday.
The starting lineup for the Blues, Connor Costeca will lead off. Trey Clarkson batting second. Mason Grotto batting third. Austin Show in cleanup. Tate Samuelson batting fifth. Grant Burton batting sixth. Vincent Bologna batting seventh. Thomas Trinka in the 8th spot. And Ryan Fenn to wrap things up for the Blues at the 9th spot. Pitching today for the Blues is Matthew Sox, and Jarrett Matthew having a clean slate so far this season. 3-0 and a 0 ERA, and I know you got some more notes on the man. He's going to be a tough matchup for the Saints to handle today.
Absolutely. The Saints' bats have been very good as of late in this winning streak, but it's going to be tested today. As I said, Sox, the Blues are a perfect 3-0 in all the games he started. They'll look to continue that, but first we see Andros take the mound, and this thing's about to get rolling.
First pitch is popped up, tracking down the left field line, and will go foul.
That's Jonas Sebring at third base today. Brandon Boning, pretty much the everyday shortstop, getting the day off.
There's a bit of a change-up on the left side for the Saints. Drew Cowley at short, Jonas Sebring at third. And out in left is going to be Jag Burden, moving Josh Cowden to right. Those 2 flop spots for the day. One is bunted down the left field line. Sebring with the throw. And
nice
he
play.
Gets him at first. Really heads-up play and great speed by Jonas Sebring, one of the younger athletes on this squad, getting the chance at third today. Good on him for making that play to start this game.
Yeah, Sebring, not a player that plays a whole lot, but when he gets the chances, wants to take advantage of it. It's a very good defensive play, charging on the bunt. And for Andros, 1 up, 1 down.
And quick outs are key here for the Saints. Saxon Andros looking to go 5-6 innings now as some of these starters start to make it deeper into games. For Saxon Andros, he has an arsenal to choose from. A nice slider, changeup, fastball sitting just at the mid-80s. Sometimes can pump it up to 89. That ball is drilled out into right field for a base hit. Trey Clarkson get things going for the Blues here in the first inning, and they will have their first hit and a runner on. And that'll bring DH Mason Grotto to the plate.
Yeah, Grotto from Fresno State. Leading hitter on the team for the Blues this year at .444. He's driven in 22 runs. And this is the man for the Blues causing all the havoc. And it'll definitely be a tough out for Andros and the rest of the Saints pitching staff.
Prime opportunity here for the Saints to turn 2. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. As we look at Saxon Andros, we have to note his roommate and fellow Cal State Los Angeles pitcher, Fino Amador, got the close last night against the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Yeah, both Andros and Fino, both from Cal State LA, both been really good for the Saints so far this year.
The 1-1 to Grotto. Fires up and inside for ball 2. As you said, Mason Grotto, a tough out here for the Saints. Saxon Andros seems to be dancing around the zone a little bit, not trying to give him anything too good to hit here. He's keeping a close eye on Trey Clarkson at first, aware of the wheels that he has. Saints have also been trying to make sure that runners do not advance on them. They've been working a lot with their catchers to make sure that pop time and throwing runners out is on point. This ball is lifted out into right field, and Josh Cowden is unable to make the catch. He'll try to make the throw to second, and he's going to be able to get Trey Clarkson out at second. Clarkson stuck in the middle there, not knowing if that ball would be caught, and the Saints fortunate enough to get the out on the error by Josh Cowden.
Yeah, it'll be a fielder's choice. I don't know if the sun got in the eyes of Cowden and right. As you said, nothing major difference, but Cowden and Burden kind of switching corner outfield positions this game. You see Cowden's been out and left for a while and right, unable to make the play, but luckily, because Clarkson had a backup in case it was caught, he's able to get the force out at second.
Maybe just working out a little bit of kinks, having a new perspective there now on the right side of the field.
And we've seen in previous games, this sun is absolutely brutal for the outfielders, especially center field with it sitting right behind home plate. It's really tough, especially out in center early in these games for them to read balls and stuff like that.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of center fielders right before the pitch with their hands up. Thick shades out there, I'm sure, for Cooper Elliott today and Grant Burton.
A lot of throws over for Andros so far. Like I said, with Bo Willis behind the plate especially, but in general, teams like to run on the Saints. We've seen it a lot, and Saints not really able to throw some of these guys out. Andros trying to keep them close so they don't do that on him.
Peyton Lewis was behind the dish last night, had a lot of good stops, and was able to throw a runner out at second earlier in the game in the second inning. Saints have a good problem to have in that they have a lot of good catchers. Bo Willis, Tanner Lindsley, and Peyton Lewis even mixing in. Lewis, a utility guy. 1-1 is lifted up. Could be a blue pit, and it's going to drop into center field right in front of Cooper Elliott. Blues will have runners on first and second and 2 outs here, and that'll bring up catcher Austin Shell. Excuse me, that was Shell. Now it'll bring up Tate Samuelson.
Yeah, another soft contact hit for the Blues. Saxon want to come back, focus on the hitter as Tate Samuelson coming in hitting .319. Leads the Blues in home runs. Blues a powerful team. Like to hit the long ball. And Samuelson looking for his 16th RBI as Grotto stands on second.
Good pitch there out of Andros, keeping it low and away on the big power hitter in the 5 spot.
Samuelson, University of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, so hometown guy. Staying home for the summer.
Very nice slider there by Saxon Andros. Gets the batter out in front. 0-2 count.
This will be key for Saxon to put these hitters away when you're up in the count 0-2. I would like to see this ball nowhere near the zone.
Seems to go against your wishes there. A little bit too close to the zone on that 0-2 pitch. Probably wanted to miss a little bit more inside.
Yeah, say 0-2. Obviously, you just got to trust your catcher. Skip one in the dirt, see if he goes fishing. With an 0-2 count. Saxon, not one that walks a lot of men. Don't want to give anything good to hit 0-2. 2 outs and a runner on second.
0-2 pitch. And that's
So I'm
just
okay
what
with
you were
that.
looking for.
Yep, and you didn't go. Now you can come back maybe with a high fastball here. See if you can get him under it.
The 1-2 pitch. In
There it
there,
is.
strike three, looking on Tate Samuelson. Caught him at a stone wall. Go grab some pine. The big man unable to make contact on that one, just looking at it. And that'll be it for the top of the first inning. Blues able to get a couple of hits, but nothing comes from it. They leave 2 runners on, and Saxon Andros gets the job done as we head into the bottom of the first inning, tied at 0. Now the starting lineup for the Saints as we get back in here a little bit early. Connor Bradshaw will lead things off. Cooper Elliott batting second. Drew Cowley batting third. Bo Willis in the cleanup spot. Josh Cowden batting fifth. Jack Burden batting sixth. The 7th spot, Blake Marsh. Jonas Sebring in the 8th spot. And Jackson Cobb to wrap things up.
Yeah, the Saints, like I said, their offense has been good, but it's going to be put to the test today. As Matthew Sox on the mound for the Blues, 3-0. It's his 4th start. He's gone 11.2 innings pitched, only 5 hits, no runs. And 20 strikeouts is the big number. He gets a big swing and miss kind of guy, and he's going to be looking for that in the Saints. Look for the Saints to be aggressive in the count. And I think it's really important against a pitcher like this. I mean, he hasn't allowed a run yet this season. It's just try to get to him early. Get his pinch count up early, even if you're not getting a lot of hits.
Bradshaw, the man that the Saints need to lead off, batting .313 in conference play. .258 overall so far in 10 games and 31 at-bats. So he blasts this one into center field. It's going back. It's a warning
carrying.
track. And that'll be gone. See you later. Connor Bradshaw starting things off hot. And the Saints are up 1-0 early on the first pitch delivered. And we were just talking about Matthew Sox having a clean slate. That is erased on the very first pitch of the ball game. Connor Bradshaw, just as I was talking him up, and he delivers right there.
Exactly what I was saying. To be aggressive, go after the count early, and he does the very first pitch. He did the exact same thing 2 days ago. First at bat in the bottom of the first went gone deep center. He leads the team in home runs, and now that's his 3rd of the year, all of them at home to dead center, and that's a perfect start for the Saints, exactly what you want against a pitcher who's now allowed 1 run all season.
He sure did, Jared, and we were on the call for that one as well, so maybe Connor Bradshaw leading off with Jared and Charles on the call is the recipe for success for the Saints. As Cooper Elliott goes down quickly, 0-2.
Exactly the kind of start you want with the Saints. I said the Saints have been hot, and Connor Bradshaw's a big reason why. Pretty much locked into that leadoff hole, play center or DH. He's DHing tonight, and couldn't ask for anything better than that. That ball kept carrying and carrying.
It sure did. That long call had to keep everyone on suspense there. It's Cooper Elliott going
Looks playable.
foul. Austin Shell able to get under it and make the catch in foul territory to retire the first batter for the Saints in the first inning. And that'll bring up the Saints' red-hot hitter, Drew Cowley.
Yeah, Drew Cowley, 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. Leads the team in hitting at .350. Leads the team in doubles as well. Home run and 5 RBIs. Hitting the 2-hole at the beginning of the season, now kind of in that 3-hole.
As he will take the curveball in there for ball 1. Cowley getting the pleasure to play shortstop today, as Jonas Sebring will be taking his spot at third. 1-0 fired in there, catches just enough for strike 1. 1-1 pitch. Drop down the first base line. Easy play made by Trey Clarkson. And that will get Cowley out for the second out of the inning. Bo Willis makes his way up to the plate. A rough night for Willis, striking out 3 times last night. 0 for 4 on the day.
Yeah, Bo Willis has been good so far this year. Obviously want to put last night behind him. A rough night for him, as everyone has. Hitting .281. And in the cleanup spot today, behind the plate. Like I said, he DH'd yesterday.
He'll take a curveball in there for strike 1. Sox feeling his curveball, first pitch curveball so far today. Might have something to do with the fastball that was just cranked out into center the very first pitch of the game. As Sox gets ahead early on Bo, 0-2 count. Oh, 2. Gets a piece of it, foul. Bo Willis may strike out, but he is a fighter. He will go down swinging every time. Gets a piece of it, very disciplined at the plate. He's not making the contact that we're used to seeing from Bo Willis. As you said, good average overall, 281.
Good pitch there by Sox.
Just missed low right there. The 1-2 to Willis.
Good eye.
Showing that plate discipline here, Bo Willis. Not going to go down easy. The 2-2. Gets a piece of it, and deuces will remain wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning.
Willis went to Weatherford, now transferring to Northwestern State.
Seen a few of these guys do that, going from community colleges in Weatherford to more known colleges, as Bo Willis pops this out into left field. Vincent Bologna is underneath it and will make the catch. But the damage is done as the Saints continue their streak of putting runs up in the first inning, courtesy of Connor Bradshaw's solo shot home run to start things off here. Saints lead 1-0 at the end of 1. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. We're back here in the top of the second inning. Due up for the Blues, Grant Burton, Vincent Bologna, and Thomas Drinka.
Yeah, the Saints giving Andros an early lead in the first inning, courtesy of the Bradshaw home run. Andrews looking for a shutdown 1-2-3 inning. Let a couple hits in the first, was able to get out of it. That's what you'll see from Andrews. He allows hits. He's not going to be perfect, but he gets out of those jams. Doesn't really have big innings. Occasionally, he'll get a run or two off of him, but he's usually not out there for very long. Works quick.
Resilience. That is a word that fits Saxon Andros perfectly. He will not give up. He's always going to attack those hitters, and we could be in for what I thought would be a pitcher's duel tonight. The Saints keep scoring at this rate. Could be a 9-0 victory for him here tonight. Here's to hoping. Saxon misses just outside for ball 1.
For Burton, hitting .250 from the University of Stanford, a Cardinal. Went to Modern Day High School.
There's quite a few Pac-12 players on this Blues squad. Some from Oregon, some from USC, as Burton chops it back up to Andros. And the nice, easy 1-3 play made. Out will retire the first one for the Blues in the second.
And the starter for the Blues, Matthew Sox from the University of Utah. So he said a lot of Pac-12, a lot of locals.
Got some Utes, some Trojans, some Ducks. Can't ask for much better in the Conference of Champions.
That'll bring up Vincent Bologna. Bologna from Fresno State as well.
And a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Evens the count, 1-1. Andros doing a good job staying ahead in these counts so far today. Has only been behind once.
And that's going to be important for him. The Blues, like I said, a good team that could do damage. Going to have to get ahead of these hitters.
Saxon, a pitcher that establishes his fastball early to build off a lot more off speed. We're seeing a lot of off speed to start this game. Be a note of some of those bigger hitters that are on this squad. As Saxon battles back to even the count, 2-2.
Saxon, 3 walks in his 8 2/3 innings pitch coming into today. So not a guy that will walk a lot. And the Blues not a team you want to give free bases to.
Saxon, one of the best walk to strikeout ratios on the squad.
And the Blues are kind of very similar to the Saints. I talked about it, we saw it 2 days ago, when the other team makes defensive errors or defensive miscues or walks, hit by pitches, gives runners on for free. They always take advantage of it, it seems like. So a game like this could be the one that whoever makes those mistakes more. We saw, obviously, Cowden drop a ball, but he quickly was able to get a force out.
And something we were talking about last night, Jared, is for these teams not to have to rely on those errors and these mishaps in the game. Create your own opportunities. Saints doing a great job creating an opportunity by Connor Bradshaw to start things off, and we'll see if they can get rewarded as the game goes on. As Bologna fouls another one off to stay alive, 3-2, the count.
Yeah, Bradshaw, 1 of 2, including Bo Willis, that didn't get a hit last game. One of the few that didn't join the hit parade. Comes in, first pitch swinging here, and drives in the first run.
I think that makes up for it there, Jared. And that'll just miss outside, and a quality at-bat from Vincent Bologna as he will reach safely a free pass to first, and that'll bring up Thomas Trinka, the right fielder.
Yeah, great at-bat there by Bologna. Fouled off a few pitches with 2 strikes, and then Saxon just missed with the high fastball. And now the Blues, second straight inning with a runner on. See if Saxon can get a ground ball here and get out of this inning.
As you said, Saxon, no stranger to runners on base. Handles it well.
There is a ground
nice
ball.
Chopper. Cowley, the flip to Cobb. Back over to first. And there's the double play that Jarrett wanted. Saxon able to get out of the inning. Just 1 walk, no hits, and nobody left on base as they maintain their 1-0 lead heading into the bottom of the second inning. back here in the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Saints, Josh Cowden, Jag Burden, and Blake Marsh. They're nice 5, 6, 7 spots for the Saints. Hoping to do some damage here and add on to their 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Josh Cowden, been fantastic this year.
Day off yesterday. Had the pleasure of coming on the broadcast and getting a nice interview in the bottom of the 6th and then to the top of the 7th inning. And he will take first pitch in there, a slider, strike 1.
Cowden from BYU. Like you said, day off yesterday. One of the few days off he'll get. Milam usually likes to have him in that lineup in the 3, 4, 5 hole. But he's quickly behind here, 0-2. Cowden at 316 on the year, 1 home run and 9 RBIs. Second in RBIs on the team behind Peyton Lewis, who has the night off today.
Lewis, a great night behind the plate last night. As Cowden eyes that ball up there. 1-2 the count. Sox delivers the 1-2. In there, strike 3 looking. And the first strikeout here of the ball game for Matthew Sox on Josh Cowden.
It was the first, but it won't be the last for Sox. A beautiful curveball there had Cowden frozen. Nothing he can really even do if he swung at it. And like you said, that's the first strikeout of Sox. Let's see what Burden can do.
Off speed, getting Burden out in front, and that's something we're going to see all game long. As you said, Jarrett, those curveballs, those sliders, very hard to keep an eye on and track them in. Some of them looking outside will come inside on you. As a nice hit
That's fair ball
out of Jag Burden. It's going to get down the right field line, and he's going to turn it into 2. The throw is coming in, dives in there, and it's going to get past into left field. Oh, no, a nice backup there by the Blues. Looking like third baseman Tate Samuelson saving a potential triple. Jag Burden in there with a nice double, and the Saints will have a runner on second. 1 out here, and Blake Marsh will come up to the plate.
Great job by Burden. Early on the pitch, keeps it just down the first base line, just fair, as Clarkson dove for it, but come up empty, and good hustle out of the box by Burden, knowing he wanted 2 once he made contact. And now the Saints with the runner scoring position, only 1 out here. For the first baseman, Marsh, who I got to admit, I was a little surprised to see in the lineup today. As McMurray, who's been in first last 2 nights, had 6 hits over the last 2 games. He's been hot. Thought we were going to see him again. Milam decides to get Marsh in the lineup.
Seems to be just like the catcher spot. Seems to be a first base carousel over there. We'll see Marsh, McMurray, even Cooper Elliott getting some time over at first base so far this season. And quickly, Marsh goes down. 0-2 in the count.
Cooper Elliott plays literally everywhere. I think we've seen him in almost every position so far this year. Most likely in center or at third, but as you said, can play first, could play a corner outfield, could he play short second too if he needed him to.
Let's just put him out there. 1 versus 9. Just Cooper Elliott versus the world out here. As Blake Marsh eyes that nice, dirty curveball in the dirt. Good to stay off of that one.
Yeah, that curveball is what got Cowden down looking. One of Sox's go-to pitches when he's got a opponent on 2 strikes.
Burden got that double down in the count on the 0-2, and now Marsh down in the count 1-2 looking to do the same. The pitch. Nice piece of that. A nice souvenir for a fan out there in the stands.
Good job by Marsh. Just to foul that off. Was a little out in front of it. Marsh from Wichita State, same as Cooper Elliott.
2 Wichita State products rooming together here in Pasadena, California throughout the summer.
Creighton Hansen also from Wichita State.
1-2.
There
Swing
it
and a
is.
miss out of Blake Marsh, and the curveball gets Blake as well. And that'll be the second strikeout and second one via curveball by Matthew Scott. Sox.
Yep, like you said, that Sox, that curveball, it's what his go-to is. Missed one in the dirt. Marsh fouled off another, but came up empty on that one. And 2 strikeouts now. Let's see if Sebring, getting the start today, can bring in a 2-out RBI.
Sebring, the third player in this Saints lineup tonight that got the day off yesterday.
Slow start for him at 176. Obviously not a lot of at-bats. There's the first pitch curveball.
Sebring has been having a hot bat, though. Hit really well in that game against Conejo Oaks. Had a double and an inside-the-park home run in that game. As he faces the 0-1. In there, strike 2. And that is the 4th batter that Matthew Sox has gotten a pitch count on. That is a pitcher's count. Been leading all inning long.
Yeah, really attacking these guys. When he's on, and he's pumping strikes early. And that's why I want to see these Saints guys a little aggressive. Sebring took the first 2 pitches for strikes and automatically in a hole now.
And you know Sox has that home run in the back of his mind as well. The very first and only run that he's allowed all season long. He's hoping to make sure that the Saints don't get another one here in the second.
Yeah, as we just saw a fastball there look like. Let's see if he goes back to the curve here. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets one bouncing into the dirt, try to get Sebring to chase.
Low off speed for sure.
There it is.
And there it is. Down goes Sebring as Matthew Sox strikes out the side. Saints leave a runner on second, courtesy of Jack Burton's only hit of the inning. And the only hit for the Saints as they remain up 1-0 at the end of 2. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
At 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Valley Sports TV.
Attention California Collegiate League fans. Watch the 2021 CCL Showcase game presented by ABDG Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts begin at 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball. Saxon Andros gets the 3rd inning going with a strike. And Ryan Fenn, bottom of the lineup, going into the top. And that'll be a pop-up.
Burden's got it.
Caught by Burden out there, camps underneath it. And that will be the first out for the Saints that they get here in the top of the 3rd inning. Back to the top of the lineup, and Connor Costeca here to start this thing off for the Blues.
One thing we've seen so far with the Saints sometimes when they're on that losing streak, we saw a lot. It was a lot of the innings, their opponents getting the first runner on. We saw it in the 2 losses against the Oaks. The Oaks getting runners on to lead off innings. And so far, these first three innings, Andrus has retired the first hitter in every inning. And so far, he's not allowed any runs.
And Jarrett, a lot of those leadoff hitters getting on via the walk, not necessarily by hits. So Saints beating themselves a little bit, especially if a lot of you caught that game last night. There was quite a few walks to end that game in the ninth. Count them all up, 5 walks in the ninth inning. As this one is chopped down the first base line and will go foul.
Yeah, and that's the word. That's the thing that grinds your gears if you're head coach Milam. Is if they're going to beat us, they're going to beat us. But to beat yourselves, when you walk, and like I said, teams like the Blues and even the Saints themselves, when you walk them, they cash those guys in. They usually come around to score. We saw it 2 nights ago against the Oaks when the Saints finally beat the Oaks this year. A lot of walks, and every time there was a walk, it seemed like the Saints got that guy to come around and score. And that's why they scored an outburst of 12 runs.
The Saints hitting spreads like wildfire. It seems like very contagious when they get things going. And as you said, Jarrett, they really capitalize on runners on base. They don't leave a lot of runners left on. And usually in those games that they do, those are the ones that they've been coming short, especially in those games against Conejo Oaks, losing both of those by just a single run. The 1-2.
Yeah, and that's when you knew when the Saints were in their little 4-game losing skid that it wasn't going to last very long, because it's not like the Saints were playing terrible and getting blown out. It was just those close one-run games that eventually, obviously, you're going to have to turn around and win those type of games. Not every game you win is going to be a blowout, but you knew they were going to eventually get out of it because they're fighting. They just, some of those outcomes weren't going their way. And sure enough, following it with a 3-game winning streak there's nothing better to do it than that. Kosteka grounded out in the first inning. Going off trying to bunt single, but a good play by Sebring at third.
Kosteka. Oh, he does not agree with that call, but he will be grabbing some pine. Sit down, Kosteka. And Saxon Andros will have his second out and second strikeout of the game.
Yeah, both strikeouts looking, both fastballs on the inside part of the plate. That Tate Samuelson in the first inning, and now Kosteka here in the third could not pull the trigger. And 2 up, 2 down here. Bring up Clarkson, though. Clarkson singled back in the first to right.
Andros delivers on the 0-1. Fires in there, strike 2.
Yeah, it really looks like Saxon has the confidence right now. Like I said, a lot of first innings could be tough for guys. A little nervous facing a team they haven't faced before. And he allowed 2 hits in that first inning, but since then has settled down.
Showing great poise so far to start this game. Good miss outside.
And Saxon's a guy you take 4 years ago when he first went to Cal State LA. ERA's in the 6s as a freshman, okay. And then every year just seems to get better and better to where he led the team in ERA last year at Cal State LA. That's a beauty.
Oh, and a strike 3 call looking yet again. Grab some pine, Trey Clarkson, because Saxon Andros is on fire here tonight as he has another inning, a 1-2-3 inning here. And that'll be it for the top of the third as the Saints remain up 1-0 heading into the bottom of the third. Due up for the Saints, Jackson Cobb, Connor Bradshaw, and Cooper Elliott.
off. For the
We're back here in the bottom of the third inning.
Jackson Cobb.
Up at the plate, Jackson Cobb. First time we'll see him today. The Saints round out the bottom of their lineup.
Yeah, Cobb up to 278. It's been hot as of late. It was a little slow. He had a great start in the first few games. Then we went to Palm Springs, and the strikeout bug got to him. Started striking out a lot, swinging a lot of stuff in the dirt. But as of lately, he's been hitting, driving in runs. Just yesterday, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Sox, like a lot of these other hitters, getting ahead of him. Ooh.
Fastball in there, strike 2. And Sox really displaying the heat right there. Cobb had a funky triple yesterday that was credited for scoring the first 2 Saints runs of the ballgame. 0-2 fired low for ball 1. Another pitcher's count here for Matthew Sox. Seems every time we're looking up, it's an 0-2 count on these Saints hitters.
Yeah, Sox struck out the side in the second, despite the bird and double.
And the 1-2. Cobb fights it off, back foul on the backstop. On deck is Connor Bradshaw, and we know what he did his first time up, his solo shot to give their Saints their 1-0 lead.
Great job by Cobb just to foul off. Looked like a changeup way out in front. Just got the end of the bat on it there.
Somehow got a piece of that one there, Jared, and fortunate enough to stay alive here and get another shot. Still down in the count, 1-2.
You have to see the curveball this at bat with 2 strikes. You wonder if that's Cobb looking for. If Sox happen to leave it hanging. There it is. Just missed outside.
He seems to bring the fastball at that 1-2 and then go back to his off speed. Something that we could keep an eye on. Maybe head coach Aaron Milam will too. Give some help to his guys. Strike 3 looking. Jackson Cobb goes down, and that is the 3rd strikeout in a row for Matthew Sox.
Yeah, 3 in a row. The last 4 outs coming via the strikeout, dating back to last inning. And this is when he's in his groove. And the one guy to get to him is a batter now, Bradshaw, and he was first pitch swinging. Like I said, I think they got to be a little bit more aggressive this second time through the order. Don't let him get ahead of you with 2 strikes. That's when Sox is deadly. Bradshaw didn't let that happen, and he took him deep center, and that's why the Saints lead 1-0.
We know these Saints hitters are very disciplined, but they also like to get deep in the count. Something that they've been trying to work on all season is to get the starting pitcher out. And I think you're right, Jarrett. They're going to have to start being more aggressive, attacking early so they don't get down in the count. It's not allowing Sox to really utilize a lot of pitches. They're going down pretty quickly on these strikeouts.
Absolutely, and I understand obviously wanting to get his pitch count up and battling and doing these long counts, but when you have a guy as deadly as Sox with 2 strikes, you don't want to let it get to 2 strikes. So in normal at-bats, when you go up just taking the first pitch down the middle, I don't think you can here. If you get a pitch anywhere in that zone, whether it's first pitch, second pitch of that bat, I think you got to go hacking. That's what Bradshaw did, and went dead center.
He did. First pitch. Didn't even get deep into that count, and I think that that's something that they may do moving forward in this game as he goes down swinging. Going to charge down the first. The throw is in time there. Austin Shell making that throw, and
Sox is in the groove now.
that'll be the 5th out via strikeout for Sox. And bringing up Cooper Elliott, who flew out behind the plate to Austin Shell his first time up.
See what Cooper can do. He's 2 for 4 yesterday. His average around 316. He's the type of guy that, when you look at the stat sheet all the time, might not be the guy that jumps out, might not be the guy that hit the go-ahead homer, drove in 4 runs, but always consistent, 1-2 hits a game. That's why he's hitting 316. Tied for 3rd best on the team. And it's why he'll hit at top of the order, and you'll see him in a different position. I can't tell you how valuable he is. It seemed like the Dodgers, who just won the World Series last year, how many guys they had off the bench. So Kike Hernandez that can play anywhere. Chris Taylor can play anywhere. It's so valuable to have a guy like that on your team, and Cooper Elliott's that guy on the Saints.
If anyone gets injured, you have a guy that can replace him. Hopefully, it's not your utility guy because, as you're saying, Cooper Elliott can back up any position, and that is so crucial, especially in a summer league. And yet again, Sox gets ahead in the count. Up 1-2 here. Sox getting a lot of outs via the curveball. A lot of strikeouts. And these guys either looking or chasing out in front. And the 1-2. Get him on the curveball yet again. And yet again, Matthew Sox will strike out the side in traditional fashion. 1-2-3. The Saints go down. And this score will remain 1-0 at the end of 3. Due up for the Blues, Mason Grotto, Austin Shell, and Tate Samuelson. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
Fourth inning. For the Blues, number 15, Mason Grotto.
Back here to start the 4th inning. A pitching change here for the Saints. Saxon Andros' day is done. 3 innings of work, 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts with no earned runs.
Yeah, good day for Andros. I was surprised you'd see him get pulled after 3. Would like to have seen him go back out there for the 4th. But Milam decides to pull in the lefty, Dom Dorado from Binghamton from New York. One of the 4 lefties out of the bullpen. Dorado's been good this year.
As this one is hit up the right field for a base hit. And the Blues get their leadoff hitter on in the 4th. Now bringing up catcher Austin Shell.
That's Mason Grotto, best player on the Blues. Like I said, Dorado, this is his 5th appearance, all out of the bullpen. He's gone 6 innings, ERA 1.50.
Number 23, Austin Shell.
A bit of strategy out of Coach Aaron Milam. Not wanting these Blues guys to see a pitcher more than once may be the strategy here tonight. They have a lot of pitchers in that bullpen that can get the job done. Dorado, one of them. Nice slider there to start off catcher Austin Shell. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Saints doing a good job staying in a pitcher's count themselves. Haven't gotten behind too much so far in this game as this ball is lined back up the middle for a base hit. And Mason Grotto is going to be going 3. Oh no, he holds up at 2. They might get him here.
They got him.
And he's out trying to get to third, ends up holding up. The hold-up sign from the third base coach ends up catching Grotto in a bit of a pickle. And the Saints fortunate enough to get the out on the base hit there by Austin Shell. Shell now 2 for 2 in this game with 2 singles
For the Blues,
to
number
center.
13, Tate
Yeah, great hits up play. Cooper Elliott in center, not to just get up firing to third. Grotto, too big of a stretch after rounding second. And you can give Dorado, who's allowed 2 hits in his first 2 batters, a free out like that. You'll definitely take it. See if you can get another ground ball from Samuelson. That's Shell's second single, both coming up the middle now. He's 2 for 2. Fortunately for the Blues, a mistake on the base paths cost them an out.
Saints still prime for a double play here with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Tate Samuelson struck out his first time.
There's a strike from Dom.
Trying to battle back is Dorado. Down 2-0 in the count, now 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch to Samuelson is lifted up into right field, and that's going to be another base hit. And an easy play, hopefully for Josh County. He's going to try to get it in. Throws over to second.
I think they got him again.
And he's going to get thrown out at second. Another throw out at second. These base runners are getting hosed, trying to either extend these plays. And Tate Samuelson, unlucky there. Great play there and great throw by Josh Cowden. Heads-up play by these outfielders, really not giving up on these plays, keeping an eye on the game. And the Saints have 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Grant Burton.
3 batters in this inning, 3 singles, yet the Saints have 2 outs. Now Dorado can get 1 guy here. He'll literally get 1 out and get out of this inning.
When do you ever see that, Jared? That's unheard of.
And with 1 out, that's just, in my opinion, bad base running by Samuelson. You got to know the situation. You're getting runners in the corner with 1 out. You've hit this guy 3 straight hits now. And he's trying to stretch a double, trying to be aggressive, which I understand. But now if Dorado can just get this 1 guy in Burton, he can get out of this despite allowing 3 hits.
And we were just talking about the costly errors that both of these teams really take advantage of all game long, and the Blues really hurting themselves as that ball misses outside 1-1. Saints really doing a good job of being heads up, taking advantage of the plays, not being sloppy, playing good fundamental baseball, and that's why they have the lead so far in this ball game.
No, absolutely. I'm kind of harsh on the Blues base running right now. Nice pitch there by Dom, took some off of it.
Good curveball.
I'm being harsh on the Blues base running, but you also got to give credit to the Saints outfielders being smart and like Cowden. Great job getting over to that ball quickly and picking up the throw to second. We've seen a few times this season the outfielders gun opponents at the plate, and now a few here at second base.
1-2. Nice fight there by Grant Burton. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Saxon Andrus able to display some athleticism and toss it on over to first for the classic 1-3 ground out.
Saints a very good defensive team, and we've seen that here today.
The 1-2. Swung on
Beautiful.
and missed on a nice curveball out of Dominic Dorado to get the final out here of the 4th inning. 3 hits, 1 runner left on base, and that'll be it here for the Blues as they still trail 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. back to the action here in the bottom of the 4th inning as the pitcher's duel continues. Saints stay up 1-0. Back on the mound for the Blues is Matthew Sox.
Yeah, I think right now the Saints got to focus on putting the ball in play. I mean, the last 5 guys have gone down via strikeout. The last 6 outs via strikeout.
Definitely not something that you want to see here if you're these Saints hitters, and head coach Aaron Milam definitely discouraged after seeing those last 7 at-bats. One of them nice, a double from Jag Burden, otherwise all strikeouts. That ball is fired in there for strike 1 on Cowley.
They have the right man at the plate, though. Cowley, not one that strikes out a lot on the team.
Always gets bat on ball, no matter if it's a base hit or a ground out or a fly out. He always seems to make contact with that baseball. His first time grounding out to first. Looking to go 1-2 for the day. That ball is fired in there for strike 2, 2-2 the count. Cowley, Willis, and Cowden, the 3 up to start this inning off for the Saints. The 2-2. Nice drive out into right field for a base hit. And the Saints will have their leadoff runner on with nobody out.
Yep, 3rd hit of the game for the Saints. Like I said, Cowley's the right guy they want up. Doesn't really matter who's on the mound. Kid continues to rake. That's the reason why he leads the Saints in hitting. And he pulls that one to right for a leadoff single. Let's see if the 4, 5, 6 guy is now following up. Can get them around the bases and give the Saints their 2nd run as they still lead 1-0 here in the 4th.
Lead the Saints with an incredible .350 batting average. He has a .429 average in non-conference play, bringing his average to .300 for conference play. Bo Willis, swing and a miss.
Let's see how aggressive the Saints decide to be on the base pass. First time they have a runner on first. With a guy that has a lot of swing and miss stuff, and you don't plan on getting a whole lot of base runners in this game, it'll be interesting to see if they try to see if a guy like Cowley tries to swipe second, maybe put a hit and run or something. Although Bo Willis will swing and miss occasionally.
May wait for the man that's on deck, Cowden, for that hit and run play. So we've seen Willis go down a few times via the strikeout last couple games this season.
Willis behind 0-2. I'm telling you, though, Bo Willis seems like I'm waiting for him to get his first home run because I feel like it's going to be an absolute tank.
Nuke.
Yeah, I'm just.
Sent.
It seems like when he hits one, when he gets a hold of one, he's just absolutely going to crush it. And I really hope I'm on the call to see it because I'm just waiting for it.
He has the power, and in that stance, you could see the stocky build that has enough to get it over the fence for sure. And if he's able to turn on one, it's a long way down that left field line, 374, but definitely the man to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, 374 in left, a very odd ballpark. Never seen one like this. Left field being the deepest part. 364 in center, and people got to learn, just like Connor Bradshaw has. Connor Bradshaw leads the team in home runs. All 3 of them dead center. It's where you have to go in this ballpark. Pull it to right or go to dead center.
It's as easy as that. Unfortunately, Bo Willis going down on the slide piece there. His 4th strikeout in 2 games. First strikeout today, and that'll bring up Josh Cowden, looking to get something going after the Drew Cowley single.
Yeah, a lot of Ks I'm seeing here on the scorecard, but you know, that's when you play a guy like Sox, he's going to get his strikeouts. You just got to, hopefully they're not in certain situations.
Can't get down on yourself. You got to keep going. Don't get discouraged. And that is a team with the Saints that will keep fighting. They're going to give you that fight, and this is a team that can outlast a pitcher like Sox.
Let's see if Cowden can pull one, kind of like Cowley did, with the first baseman holding on. There's a big hole in between the first baseman and second baseman. Let's see if Cowden can kind of drive one in between them.
Cowden started this strikeout trend in the 2nd inning. It was the first strikeout of the ball game, and ever since, seems to be every out via the strikeout. That ball fired in there.
A lot of attention over on Cowley at first, both from the pitcher and the catcher.
Seems to be a lot of attention so far this game on base runners in general. Really a lot of pickoff moves and trying to keep these runners close, not trying to give them any free bases.
Oof, nice changeup.
Very nice changeup out of Matthew Fox and Cowden. Again, another Saints hitter down 0-2 in the count. It's not something that they want to make a consistent factor in this game. Try to break the chain here. See if Cowden can turn on one like you said. The 0-2.
Callie goes off.
The throw. Cowley's going to get in there as the ball gets passed. Nice backup there by the second baseman, Ryan Fenn.
That's fantastic by Callie. Reading the situation with the count being 0-2, knowing the curveball is the likely pitch to go. Sure enough, it's a curveball taken outside, and absolutely nothing that Shell can do behind the plate as Callie stole that one easy. Even with a good throw right on target, Callie was in there. And now with one out, a base hit, and the Saints get out of their lead.
Now a 1-2 count. We know what's probably coming here. It's the fastball. He loves to hit that fastball before going back to the curveball. Let's see if we get it here. Actually gets a nice changeup, but that's going to bounce right in front of the second baseman, Fenn, and he's going to actually be able to throw it over to first to retire Cowden. But Cowley able to move over to third. The Saints really have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Jag Burden. Doubled his first time up.
And that shows how important that stolen base was, too, is that's a double play ball. If Callie doesn't take off, like you said, it was the changeup, Cowden out in front of it. But it does the job. Gets a runner to third now. Shell behind the plate is going to have to be on his toes as the ball in the dirt gets past him. And Callie could score. Let's see if Burden can do what he did last time and drive in this runner to Callie. It's only 90 feet away.
Curveball in there for strike one. And these first pitch strikes have been insane. The FPS out of Matthew Sox really getting things going, attacking early on these Saints hitters. And as we've been saying, Jarrett, they're going to have to start being more aggressive on some of these earlier pitches in their at-bats. Big swing there out of Jag Burden, and he'll go down 0-2.
Third straight hitter now that Sox has gone 0-2 on. So that's just not the position you want to be in with the Saints with the strikeout guy. But Cowden put the ball in play, and that's what Burden tried to do, make things happen.
Burden was down 0-2 when he hit his double in the second inning. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed off the fastball, strike 3 call. And that'll be it for the Saints in the 4th inning. 1 runner left on base off a 1 hit by Drew Cowley, but unfortunately unable to cash the runner in, and the Saints will lead 1-0 heading into the 5th inning. Due up for the Blues, Vincent Bologna, better known by Vinny, Thomas Trinka, and Ryan Fenn. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to the action. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Back on the bump is Dominic Dorado for the Saints, and you will face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Blues to start off this inning.
This game's flying by, Charles. Seems like it's going by so quickly. Obviously a pitching duel.
Don't have a chance to breathe here, Jarrett.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dorado. It'd be really good if he can have a 1-2-3 clean inning here. Obviously 3 hits. He didn't get a run in thanks to some great throws and great defensive plays by his center and right fielder.
A lot of hits. He's got to get those down.
But it'd
Fortunate enough.
be really good for him if he can get a nice 1-2-3 inning and possibly even go out there for the 6th inning.
These are the hitters to do it. They have yet to get a hit here so far in this ball game. Vinny Bologna walking his first time off of a full count. Could have gone either way there versus Saxon Andros, now facing Dominic Dorado in a 1-1 count.
Bologna, not a lot of at-bats this year.
And this ball is lifted up into center. Cooper Elliott's going to be underneath it. And he makes the catch.
Great job battling the sun by Elliott. You can see with the glove up, glasses on too. That sun's still up there, but great job by him to battle it and still make the play.
And that'll bring right fielder Thomas Trinka up to the plate. Grounded into a double play. Predicted by my color man, Jared Thompson over here.
Yeah, first pitch after the walk that Andros allowed. Been right a few times today. Just call me Tony Romo.
Let's keep the ball rolling, Jared, as this is a
First
chopper.
pitch again.
Right over to
Ooh.
Drew Cowley. A nice dig. And the throw is made. Wow, Cowley showing off his skills. Cowley really a third baseman, so he's had some experience with those tough digs, those tough grounders. Shot right quick at him, and he makes a good play there.
Yeah, he's normally at the hot corner. Has to deal with those, but that's not an easy play, no matter who it is or how much experience you have. But Cali made that look easy, and now quickly on 4 pitches, Dorado's got the first 2 guys out. Let's see if he can do it against Ryan Fenn here.
Smooth as glass, Cowley, and gets the second out here, and that one is fired in there for strike 1 on Ryan Fenn.
Fenn hitting under the Mendoza line so far this year.
Fenn, a pop-out victim to left field his first time up, and he's quickly down 0-2 so far in this count. Dorado trying to make Jarrett look like a fortune teller in this game. The 0-2. And that's chopped foul.
That's the exact pitch he struck out Burton last inning. It was like that back foot curveball, back foot slider kind of thing. He got Burton to swing and miss to end the inning last inning. Tried to go for it there against Fenn, but Fenn does a good job to foul that off.
0-2, pitcher's count for Dorado. Don't want to give him anything in the zone here. Good pitch, missing outside, and a check swing, no good. So ball 1, delivered to Ryan Fenn.
See, and yeah, like you said, you're okay with that. If you're Dorado, not a guy that walks a lot of people, so you afford to give a pitch or 2 that's out of the zone, see if he chases. Still 1-2. I don't want to give him anything good to hit here.
He has the breathing room. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped up.
It's going to get foul.
And that will be foul. Marsh is fast, but not fast enough to get all the way out there. That was a ball that seemed to be trailing and trailing all the way. A lot of real estate in between that foul line and continues on into the dugout. A lot of room to run and make some of these foul ball catches in the outfield.
See if Dorado can put him away.
The 1-2.
Went back to that backdoor curveball.
Oh,
Fenn took it again.
He was tempted. Fenn really wanted to swing at that one. Good eye, good take there by Ryan Fenn to stay alive here and even up the count. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. Sent up and gets past Jackson Cobb for a base hit. Ryan Fenn gets things going here. And unfortunately not the 1-2-3 inning that we were hoping for, but still 2 outs here, and that'll bring up the top of the lineup and Connor Kostecka.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Fenn. Was down 0-2 in the count. Took a few tough pitches and fouled off a few. Dorado unable to put him away. We'll now go back to the top of the order. Lefty-lefty matchup here with the blue shortstop Kostecka, who's 0 for 2.
Something that could work out here for the Saints, breaking up the top of the lineup. Hopefully they can get Kostecka here or the next man, Trey Clarkson, who's on deck. As Kostecka takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. Kostecka unable to get a hit so far today. 0 for 2, striking out his last time up. And the pitch. Chop down over to Cowden.
Got to be quick.
Excuse me, that's Cobb. He's trying to throw it over, and he will make the play. Great throw over there by Jackson Cobb, and enough to get Dominic Dorado out of the top of the 5th inning. 1 hit, 1 runner left on, and that'll be it for the Blues here as we go into the bottom of the 5th. Saints lead it 1-0.
Leading off for the Saints.
Back to the action here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for the Saints. Blake Marsh, Jonas Sebring, and Jackson Cobb.
Yeah, all 3 of these guys struck out in their first plate appearances. Looking to change that in this at-bat. Still only 1 run in the game. 1-0 Saints lead. Came on the first pitch the Saints hitter saw as Connor Bradshaw took it to dead center. And since then, Sox has been just about perfect. Only 2 other hits led up.
There's only 3 hits, 3 Saints hitters able to get a hit so far in this game. Bradshaw, Cowley, and Jag Burden. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Marsh on the fastball, strike 2. Marsh, the exact same count he faced his first time up, 1-2. As you said, hoping for a different result. Sox shakes off the first pitch, nods to the second, kicks and delivers.
Back
Marsh.
towards us. I'm still waiting for that one day. Obviously, we're not going to do it here because we're fence, canopy, can't see. But sometimes we hit the road. I'm like, I could seriously catch a fly ball if it comes over here, a foul ball. And I'm waiting for that one to come back to me and give me the opportunity to catch it.
Ought to bring your glove out here, Jarrett, with as many fastballs, or excuse me, foul balls that we get as Marsh goes down swinging off of a dirty changeup. It looked like in the dirt there, and his second strikeout of the game.
Next up.
That'll bring up Jonas Sebring.
Jonas Sebring.
Sebring at third today.
Well, you know, looking at the stat line coming in and doing the research on Sox, seeing he has 20 strikeouts in 11 innings. I'm like, wow, is this guy definitely a strikeout pitcher? Well, he's definitely proven that today. If we didn't think so, Sebring shows bunt. Can't get it down, and as he's just carving up these lineups.
Nothing more authentic than stats, Jared, and it seems that those stats are really proving to be true here tonight.
But in line for the loss. The Saints' pitching's been just as good, maybe not as many strikeouts, but Andros and Dorado, can't stress enough how good they've been. See who else comes into the game, see if they leave Dorado in there for another inning. But sometimes it's that one pitch that Bradshaw turned on that could be the difference maker in the win-loss column. Because so another bunt. If you ask any of these Saints players, they'll rather strike out every at-bat but get the win than get hits and lose the game.
Hey, it's not about flashy. It's not about what they can do in terms of strikeouts versus home runs. It's about that W in the column. That's all that matters for the Saints as they ride this 3-game win streak looking for 4. The 1-2 is drilled out by Jonas Sebring into the gap in the left center. Bounces off the wall, and Sebring's going to make his way over to second and has a nice stand-up double with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the red-hot Jonas Sebring delivers. Talked about his double against Conejo Oaks, and Man, I really thought that I had a chance to get out here for the second home run of the ball game for the Saints.
Sebring was a couple feet away of the bomb, his first in left center. That's a little bit more in center field. It might go as he pulled it just a bit much. That hit up high off the wall, just missing the second run for the Saints. But, he'll take a one-out double. And again, the Saints have a runner in scoring position. Let's see if they can finally get that guy in. It'll be Cobb with Bradshaw on deck.
Looked to be about 370, and he needed 371, maybe 2 for that ball to get out, just a couple extra feet. Really good piece of hitting, though, by Sebring. Sebring, good base running. Now caught asleep there at second. Yet another pickoff move by Sox. Been a theme in this ball game. Sox, as we know, does not allow a lot of hits. Clearly didn't allow a lot of runs. He had a clean slate entering this ball game, so definitely a guy who gets frustrated with runners on and would like to keep them in check.
Yeah, and Sebring, like I said, another guy that hasn't played a lot this year, more of a bench piece. So when he gets his chance, he wants to take advantage of the opportunity. And what he's doing right now and what he's done so far this year off the bench will continue to give him those at-bats. And those playing times, he turned on that one, just missing a home run.
Cobb, as you said, had a great game last night with 2 hits. One of them a bunt single, credited for 2 RBIs. Sebring takes off. He's going to third. The hit and run in play. And the play made by the second baseman, Ryan Fenn. But the Saints, good use of the hit and run there.
Sebring,
Nice RMO, runner moved over.
Sebring had a great jump on that. He had that bag swiped regardless if Cobb swings or not. Cobb out in front in the changeup for a lazy ground out. But Sebring had a fantastic jump. And for the second straight inning now, 2 outs, runner on third. See if the Saints can put him in.
Sebring has some electric speed. One of the faster players on this ball club. Ones that thinks he could turn those doubles into triples. And we saw that speed on display there. And he's a little road runner over there at third right now. He's itching to score. And the Saints are itching to increase this lead as well. And we're back up to Connor Bradshaw. So he takes strike 1 on his first pitch.
We obviously mentioned Bradshaw homered in the first, struck out a pitch in the dirt in the third, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Those fastballs really getting to him. Now Sox definitely going to go back with some off speed. That's been credited. His curveball, a couple of changeups here and there have really been effective on those payoff strikeout pitches. 0-2. Another fastball. Good on Bradshaw, good eye laying off of that one.
Say that high fastball coming in high. He's not going to catch up to that and not going to be able to do much with it, even if he did, with that ball up right around the chin area.
The 1-2. Fired in the dirt. And good on Austin Shell keeping that ball in front of him. Seemed to have lost it there for a second.
It looked like it got through him and hit the umpire, which actually saves a run. Like you said, Sebring with speed was definitely scoring there. It sounded like it could be mistaken based on our view, but it looked like the umpire blocked it because Shell behind the plate had no idea where that ball went.
Blues catch a break. That ump's got to do a better job of moving out of the way, though, if it did, in fact, hit him. It's a tough job back there, definitely behind the plate, having to move and call this game. But unfortunate there for the Saints. The 2-2. This is outside, and for the first time, it seems, in this ball game, Matthew Sox is down in the count. A nice 3-2 count here for Connor Bradshaw to maybe get his pitch here. Look to drive it out there and give the Saints another run. Pitch is in there, curveball yet again. Strike 3 call gets Connor Bradshaw looking, and that'll be it for the Saints in the 5th inning. No runs scored, 1 runner left on off of 1 hit, and we're headed to the top of the 6th. Saints lead 1-0. Due up for the Blues. Pretty close to their top of the lineup. Trey Clarkson, Mason Grotto, and Austin Shell. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Attention, California Collegiate League fans. Watch the 2021 CCL Showcase game presented by ABDG Wednesday, July 4th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts begin at 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCL Baseball. A pitching change here for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Dominic Dorado's day is done. 2 innings of work, 3 hits, 0 walks, and a strikeout with no earned runs. Saints still lead 1-0 as Derek Yu, number 17, takes over from Columbia University.
Yu, another pitcher that's been really good for the Saints this year. A lot of strikeout guy, as he's quickly up 0-2 now on Clarkson.
Clarkson 1 for 2 thus far with a single in the first and a strikeout his last time up.
You know, you start to think about it 1-0 early innings. It's like now we're starting to get to late. We're in the 6th inning. Starting to get that point where if you're the Blues, we got to get a run here. I mean, obviously you're only down 1 pitch away. You can easily tie the game and with the power to do it. But this is the type of the order the Blues want coming up. Maybe that's why Milam didn't want Dorado, the lefty, facing Grotto, who's on deck. And Yu plunks Clarkson.
Gets away from him there. Unfortunate there for Derek Yu. Led in the count 0-2 and unfortunately hits Clarkson there.
Yeah, obviously not something you want to do when you're ahead in the count like that, or the leadoff guys. That one obviously just getting away from you, and it brings up the best hitter for the Blues, Grotto, who's hitting over 440. And it's played in every single game. He's a guy that can easily change this game around. He's 1 for 2 today. Let's see if you can dial up a double play or.
Fires that one in there on the tall Grotto for strike 1. Just catches the shoulders there a little bit below. Derek Yu, a local boy, went to school at Loyola High School. He's from Los Angeles, California. And he's quickly ahead in this count as well, 0-2. Starting off ahead in both of the batters he's faced. And hoping to get a quick strikeout here on the best hitter, the DH Grotto. Trey Clarkson goes by the nickname TJ. TJ looking to advance to second here.
This will be a big out for you. See if you can get him.
And a
Double
chopper
play
to
ball.
Jackson Cobb. He fields it cleanly. He's going to throw over to first. And he gets him. An easy double play turn by Jackson Cobb. The nice 4-6-3 double play. Flips it to Cowley. And the Saints have got 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning.
That's exactly what you wanted. It was actually a difficult hop for Cobb, it looked like. It looked like he was lining up for an easy bounce, and it kind of short hopped him. He had to go quickly to the backhand. Not an easy play, but he makes it, and they turn 2, get Grotto running down the first base line by a step. Second double play of the game for the Saints, and that's exactly what you wanted after the hit by pitch. Now 2 out, nobody on for Shell.
Shell, the hot bat here so far in this game, the only Blues hitter to go 2 for 2 today. Started with a single in the first inning. Both of his singles were shot right up the middle, so you better be on high alert. And that ball is going to get through just past Drew Cowley at short for another single out of Austin Shell.
And have a day, Shell, and that's exactly how the double play. This part of the order for the Blues with Grotto and Shell so good. So the double play coming up huge for you. As now he's runner on first, but still there's 2 outs. So an out away from this as he gets Samuelson.
We'll have the pleasure of getting an interview from Brandon Boning in the bottom of this inning. Talk about his personal life, how the team is doing chemistry-wise. And that'll bring up Tate Samuelson, the third baseman for the Blues. 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up. Looking to get the same result here against Derek Yu with 2 outs in the 6th inning. As that ball misses as well outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Tate Samuelson. And the pitch. Fired low for ball 3. Austin Shell very active on that first base path.
Yeah, surprisingly, the Blues yet to try to attempt to steal a bag on Bo Willis, as we've seen opponents be successful with doing that in previous games. You a lot quicker than other pitchers going to the plate. Obviously in the slide step right now.
At Loyola, they teach tempo. They want the pitchers to really own the pace of the game, dominate the speed, control your game, and that's what you're seeing out of Derek Yu, the Cub and Columbia product. The 3-1. Gets the outside corner, strike 2 on the fastball, and Derek Yu has battled back from the 3-0 count to make it a full count here on Tate Samuelson, looking to get his first strikeout of the ballgame. The 3-2. Just misses
Missed him.
outside for ball 4, and that'll be credited as Yu's second walk. Hit the first batter he faced, and now walks Samuelson, and that'll bring up Grant Burton, 0 for 2 thus far today. A strikeout victim his last time up on Dorado's dirty off-speed pitch.
Yeah, you, similar to Andrus and Dorado, both their first inning of work today, in a little bit of trouble, couple hits, a walk.
And it seems to be going with 2 outs. They're able to get the first 2 batters out or get lucky with some outfield throws to second to get these batters out. But good on them to get those first couple outs first, get secure. And it makes it a lot easier just to get one final out with runners on than starting from 0.
Andrus and Dorado both able to get out of their jams. So the Blues are still with that donut on the scoreboard. See if you can get out of it as well. Just an out away. Right now he's having trouble.
Again.
Right now he's having trouble with location.
Yes, you started off the first 3 batters with a pitcher's count, quickly got up 0-2. Since then has struggled a bit, been behind on the last 2 batters. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, a great fastball out of you for strike 1.
Be interesting to see if we see Sox go back out there in the bottom of the 6th.
No reason to not see him back out there, as he's been the K King out here, striking out almost every batter he's faced ever since, I believe it was, yes, Josh Cowden back in the 2nd. The 2-1. In there, the low pitch barely
low.
catches the knees for strike 2. A questionable call by the ump, but the Saints will take it, and deuces are wild yet again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Derek Yu as he tries to battle to get out of this inning. And the 2-2 pitch. Lifted up foul off the right side. Another free souvenir for a fan. Count remains 2-2 on Grant Burton.
You fond of the strikeout, looking for his first. That's 2 strikes on Burton.
And the 2-2 pitch. Called
Got
in
him.
there, strike 3 looking on the fastball. Sit on Greg Burton, back-to-back strikeouts for him, and Derek Yu manages to get out of the inning. 1 hit allowed, 2 walks, and a strikeout for Derek Yu as the Blues leave 2 runners on base, and they'll still remain down 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Welcome back to this pitcher's duel that we got going on here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Matthew Sox's day is done. 5 innings of work, 4 hits allowed, 10 strikeouts, and 1 earned run off of the Connor Bradshaw solo shot that started this game off. Joining us in the booth right now is Brandon Boning. Brandon, how are you doing so far today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Saints are winning this ball game 1-0. Saxon Andros started things off really well. I have to ask you, what'd you think about that dig by Drew Cowley there at short? He made a nice play over there and some great plays overall. What'd you think about that play, and how have you been thinking about the game overall so far?
Yeah, it's pretty cool watching these guys do their thing. I love Drew. He's a great competitor, and they're making some plays out there. They're keeping us in this ball game with the good defense.
Scooper Elliott shoots this up.
Oh.
Ryan Fenn able to make the throw and retire the first batter.
Yeah, I want to ask Brandon. You seem like you play pretty much almost every game. Are you one of those guys? Are you like the occasional day off where you can watch everyone else play from the dugout, or do you want to be out there every single day?
I like to be out there every day. I mean, especially where I'm at in my career. I'm going to be a senior, so I like to play as many games as I can, and especially, don't know how many games I have left,
Yeah.
So it's like,
For sure.
why not want to play every single game? But, occasional day off is nice too, I get to enjoy it and kick back and watch the game, Unless they call on me, and then I'll go out there and play in the 8th or something. But, it's nice. I like to play every day for sure.
And Brandon, how so far has the team been getting along? We're a quarter of the way through the season. Who are you rooming with, and how has the chemistry been between the entire team so far this season?
Yeah, this is a great group of guys. I think the chemistry is really good between all the guys. We've all been getting to know each other pretty well, but I'm actually living at home because this is fairly local for me.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
I wish I could room with some of the guys. I think that would be pretty fun, but, I'm over here pretty close, save some money. But, the chemistry between the guys is awesome. I love each and every one of these guys. Like, they're pretty cool getting to know them from all over the countries. That's what summer ball is all about. You get to just meet guys from, like, all these other different schools, see how they go about it, and it's pretty cool just getting to know each and every one of the guys. Oh, it's a nice hit right there by Drew.
Cowley able
Drew
to poke
Cowley's-
that up the middle for
He
a nice
stays
single.
hot. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought he was
second
gonna
hit of the
go
game.
2-on.
He ain't backing down.
Yeah,
That's a good call,
Drew's a
Brandon.
beast.
Drew,
Drew is a beast.
he's got 2 hits so far in this game. He's been killing it for the Saints. One of the higher averages on this team for sure.
What was the process of you becoming a Saint? Obviously, you're kind of more one of the few that are kind of like a super local boy with the Saints. What was the process? Was it through your coach, or how did you become a Saint here?
Yeah, so my story was in the middle of the season, I wasn't really sure where I was going to go play summer ball, but I wanted to kind of keep it local. I've done 2 other summer ball campaigns, one in Nebraska and then one in Minnesota in the Northwoods. So I knew what the CCL was, and I knew it was a really good league, and I knew we'd see a lot of good arms. So one day, Tay Vanderford, our coach, he's one of our volunteer assistants, pitching coach at Northridge. He had actually played on this team in, I think, like 2016 or 2017, and he knew Aaron pretty well, and he said he's like a second dad to me. So he was like, I think you'd really like this team, and I want you to go there. So he gave him a call, and then about a week later, he told me, yeah, we got room for you. I can make up a spot. So found out I was coming here, and I was actually really excited to play here. This is a really good team, really good ball club. I love the field, too. So can't complain. It was really nice.
Yeah, they definitely got room for you. You've been in a lot of the games so far this season, and this is a really great team. You guys are riding a 3-game win streak, hoping to make it 4 tonight.
Saints are hot. Saints are hot.
Saints are hot. It's hot in Cali as this ball is chopped down the third base line, and a quick double play made by the Blues. A 5-4-3 double play will end the inning. Hopefully, Brandon Boning will stick around with us for the top of the 7th. That was a very quick inning.
Yeah, I'll stick around.
He'll stick
That
around.
was a pretty quick one.
No runners left on. Cowley, the only hit of the inning, and we are headed to the top of the 7th. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
Leading off the 7th inning.
Back to the action here in the 7th inning. Brandon Boning still with us, and Derek Hughes still on the mound, looking to continue his relief. And Brandon, you were answering, why the Saints are on such a roll. They're hot. What have you credited to the Saints' 3-game win streak and stuff that's been going right so far?
Yeah, I think it was just mostly our pitching and our batting just coming alive. Our pitchers just commanded the strike zone the last few games. Tommy last night was lights out. He brought the energy.
Yeah, he was.
And a couple other appearances from our pitchers, and the relievers were just doing their jobs. Just not trying to do too much, not trying to strike guys out, just trying to let the batters hit it, honestly, and letting our defense play. And that's the main thing when it comes to these ball games, is just letting us play and not trying to do too much. Especially with the bats, too. Our bats really came alive in those games because we had a stretch there where we were losing some games, and it was mostly because our bats weren't just coming alive in those big 2-out, need-a-hit situations, runners on base, just not getting the key hits. But lately we've been having some good at-bats in those situations and getting those runs in.
It's easy, right? You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball.
Yeah, it's easy when you just keep it simple. That's when baseball is the best, when you just keep it simple. You don't overthink. You just play your game, and good things will happen.
This ball chopped down the third base line. 2-2 count.
You mentioned defense, and that was part of the reason why the Saints have been good. And that's something, on a personal note, you've been fantastic defensively. And I think defense is something that's a little bit of a underrated skill. You can say everyone likes to find the guy that's hitting 300. It's going to hit you 15 bombs or whatever.
Ooh.
Is that one?
Oh,
Looked like he
it
got his
went
elbow
foul,
guard.
but
Yeah, I
it got
think
the
it
elbow
did.
guard there.
Those are loud. I got hit there last night, and it was loud.
You've been hit a lot, by the way, this year, it seems like,
Yeah,
especially
I know.
early on in the
I don't
games.
know what it is.
What's the grudge
I don't
against you,
know.
Brandon?
I don't
Come
know.
on, you're
It was
just coming
weird.
in.
I don't know. It was weird. Like my freshman year of college, I got hit like 17 times too.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
why. They just see me and they want to.
There's always that one guy on the team that just gets hit more than anyone else.
Yeah,
Seems like you're that
hey,
guy.
Helps the on base percentage.
Yeah.
Taking one for the team, taking all those pitches, making sure that nobody else gets them.
As I was saying, it seems like whether you're at your best offensively or going through a struggle, your defense never has an effect. How much do you strive of your game defensively?
Yeah, I definitely take pride in my defense. That's like my main thing when it comes to baseball, I feel, because, being a shortstop, you kind of are the quarterback on the field, and everyone looks to the shortstop, and they always have to be present in the moment and be the leader of the team. And, there's a famous saying one of my high school coaches told me, and he's like, if you can't put runs up on the board, take them off the board. And that just plays a big role in my gameplay, is that if I'm not doing it right at the plate, then I can just go out there and take runs off the board with good defense. And it's that separation between offense and defense that is crucial for middle guys and anywhere on the field, honestly, because, the ball will find you in this game. So you just got to be present.
Can't be afraid of the ball, otherwise it definitely will come to you. And Brandon, so far you've made it very far in your collegiate career, and as you said, you're a senior and you're working your way through. And just wondering if there's anything that you've really shown as like an advice moment, or really a line that you've taken from a player that you've maybe seen a lot from and built your game after. Is there anyone that's really given you advice or shown you a better way and enhanced your game at all, as it looks like Tommy Trinka is going to go down swinging there on strike 3 call?
Yeah, there's been a lot of guys I've played with that have been excellent role models for me, especially one guy I played up the middle with my freshman year, Alvaro Rubalcaba. He was the shortstop in 2018. He really taught me the grind of defense and what it takes to be a legit Division I middle infielder, and I really like to model my defense after him because he did an excellent job for us, and I've been like really good friends with him since. I mean, he's been a great role model for me. I've had a lot of good coaches. Justin Turner, who's now with the San Luis Cardinals, he was a great role model for me hitting wise. I like to model my game after him. He keeps it short. He doesn't try to hit home runs because he's not a big guy, and I'm obviously not a big guy too. So he's someone I can look to when it comes to hitting. And there's been a lot of other great defenders that I've looked to and tried to model my game after, especially different pro guys too and coaches. I come from one of the best high school coaches around, Tom Musborn, and he's been a great influence in my baseball career too, just learning from him and his program that he built. So I'd say I've been around a lot of good people in this game, and it's helped me a lot so far.
Yeah, a wild pitch allowed Bologna to take second, and the tying run is now in scoring position. Brendan, how did a COVID affect your baseball? Obviously, you probably went a long time not being able to play. Were you able to train? How were you able to stay sharp when you finally got to play?
Yeah, that was a weird situation. I mean, because 2019 I played the whole year, and then I played summer ball in the Northwoods, so I had I want to say 130 games in 2019, and then 2020 came. We had a fall, and then right before the season of 2020, it was my junior year. I actually got hurt. I hurt my hip, and we were practicing. I missed the first 15 games or so, and then right before Iowa, the series, I was coming back. We got a call saying, "Hey, season's canceled." So I was like, "Dang! I can't play this year because our season's done. I didn't get to play at all."
Nice play, Jonah.
So then, yeah, that was a good play by Jonah right there. And then, so then I missed that whole entire year, and then summer ball came, and with Corona and everything, everyone was scared. We didn't know what was going on exactly, so I didn't play summer ball, and then went through the whole fall of not playing any baseball at all because we couldn't in Northridge. But I found a little training spot in Newbury Park. It's called Jack 9. One of my old coaches, Darren Spiller, he runs it there, and I was just working out. We had little scrimmage games with high schoolers on every Sunday, so that's how I was kind of staying with it. But it's really different, scrimmaging on Sundays and then working out compared to a full fall. You have 4 different scrimmages throughout the week.
I bet.
So then when season came, I missed the first couple games too, and then I finally got in and then got to play again, which felt like forever I hadn't played. But
Cowley unable to make the throw
Tough
there.
hop
Drew
there.
Cowley,
Yeah.
very tough hop. And
Brookside hop right there.
the Blues will have runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Now, Brandon, trying to keep it on the lighter side here with this question. What's some fun fact that maybe people don't know about you, or something that you like to do off the field that keeps you entertained?
Oh, that's a great question. I have a lot of different hobbies, I feel. I really like mountain biking. I love mountain biking. I kind of like the extreme stuff. I like
Right by the mountains, so it's a
snowboarding.
good
Yeah.
place. Big
Yeah,
Bear
definitely.
close.
Yeah, wakeboarding. That's always fun. Racquetball. Active stuff. I love watching anime, too. That's, one of my things.
Getting outdoors in anime.
there's
there
a
we
lot
go.
of people on this team who don't like it, but, I like it. The storylines are
Some
good.
One Piece.
Yeah,
in
One
there.
Piece
There we
is-
go.
One Piece is
See,
legit.
Brandon is a cultured man
Yeah, I'm
out here.
cultured. I know all that stuff. One Piece is good.
Looks like he's
going
going
home.
to take home. Oh, and he's going to get caught in the
him back.
middle.
Get him back.
Jonas Sebring gets him in a pickle.
I'll get him committed. There you
God.
And an
him.
easy tag there by
Easy.
Blake Marsh will get the
Easy.
Saints out, and some poor base running continues to affect the Blues here today.
All right, I got one last question for you, Brendan, before you leave. There's one pitcher on this team that you put all your money on that you could take deep on your own team, on the Saints. Who'd you say?
Oof.
Oh, that is a good question.
You guys can't see him, but he's looking down. He's trying to think of which pitcher that he's going
You
to
know what's
throw
funny?
under.
I'm just going to say this just because I think this is a funny answer. I think Dan Richardson. Dan Richardson and I go way back to the 8th grade. We played travel ball together, and I faced him a few times in college. I got a good look on him, so he's the one I've seen the most, but I think I'll just put a hack on Dan, even though he throws 96 and dirty.
Yeah, I'll say.
He's
know.
gonna
Have
be
you hit it,
listening
though?
to this. He's going to find you after this, man, I'm sure.
He definitely will, but it's all fun and games
Oh,
with
for
Dan.
sure.
Yeah.
We're buddies.
Small world, man.
Yeah,
that
it's
long of a
fun.
time, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, we appreciate your time, Brandon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
we hope
you.
that you continue to have a great rest of the season,
Yeah.
play some good ball, and
Awesome.
kill
Thank
it
you
on
guys.
defense. Go Saints.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
bottom of the 7th inning. For the Saints, number 27, Josh Cowden.
We had a nice stretch from the 7th inning. Brandon Boning now back in the dugout. Great personality, great interview. Pleasure to have him on. And we're here for the Saints. Josh Cowden to start things off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cowden is 0 for 2 thus far with a ground out and a strikeout.
Miller Pleeman back out there on the mound for the Blues. He had allowed a single to Cali, but got a double play from Bo Willis to end the inning in the 6th.
We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but what a solid inning by Derek Yu. Seemed to be getting in a little bit of trouble, and then that pickle at the end caught him slipping, trying to get to home.
Yeah, and that's honestly been a story, is the base running for the Blues. How many times have they ran themselves into an out? And it's exactly what happened last inning. Got a little too greedy, and great defense by the Saints and the pickle to get him out. And, again, the bad base running hurts the Blues, and it's why they trail by 1 still here in the 7th. The Bradshaw home run in the 1st, the only run in the game, the only difference maker right now.
A little too much mustard out of the Vinny Bologna sandwich, and he tried to get home on that one and got caught slipping and in that pickle. Wow, now I want a sandwich. The 0-2 coming in to Josh Cowden.
That hit him.
And I think, did that catch him? Oh, just able to get out of the way of that pitch.
It sounded like it hit something. I don't know. It's
sounded like it caught some sort of body part. Josh Cowden, as we mentioned, was our interview yesterday. Great personality, had the day off. Enjoys getting acquainted with the Pasadena area. As he'll go down on a nice changeup. 1-2 pitch, got him swinging. And that'll be the 2nd strikeout of the day by Josh Cowden. First one by the new pitcher of the Blues.
Yeah, Cowden, not his day today. 0 for 3 now with 2 strikeouts.
Number 15, Jag Burden.
And that'll bring up Jag Burden. He's 1 for 2 today. Doubled his first time up. One of the few to get a hit off of the Blues starter, Matthew Sox. And he'll be looking to do the same here. Struck out his last time up. He finds himself up in the count 1-0.
Yeah, only 4 hits for the Saints since the home run from Bradshaw, 2 from Cali, then a pair of doubles from Burden and Sebring. Saints have stranded some runners on third a few times, unable to get that second and important insurance run to cross the plate. Could be big. We'll see as Burden fouls that off. I don't think that we'll see you back out there after 2 innings of a lot of work with runners on. I think Mila might go with someone else. We'll see who it is to try to close this game out.
Might go with Sears, or you could see possibly Sonduk back out there. He did pitch yesterday, but the way he pitched in mid-relief wouldn't be a bad idea to bring him back out here for the 8th.
Yeah, Chomko had the night off yesterday, pitched 2 days ago.
Chomko, another very viable potential closer for the Saints. Could use him for both the 8th and the 9th inning. Saints using more pitchers today than they did last night. Already up to 3 thus far. They were at 2 at the same point in the game yesterday. The 2-2 to Burden. This is high for ball 3, and we got a full count to Jag Burden. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Saints really looking to add to their lead, just to score another run here in this ball game, if anything. This ball is tailing, tracking foul, and will land out of bounds. Still 3-2.
I really feel, I just have that gut feeling the Saints need to add another run in this game. So that type of gain and that next run could be the difference maker. They get another run or 2 here, could really defeat the Blues, make them feel defeated. Blues obviously know they still have a chance, only being a run down.
This 3-2 pitch chopped up by the first baseman. He bobbles it. And Jag Burden able to make it off of the bobble by Trey Clarkson, an error E3. And the Saints will have a runner on here with 1 out. And that'll bring up Blake Marsh. A strikeout victim both of his times up so far today. He's looking to change that and make the most out of his start.
Yeah, Burton got jammed there. Little lazy ground ball to first, but the play could not be made over there by Clarkson. And like I said, the Saints, a team that takes advantage of the miscues on defense. Let's see if the bottom of the order with Marsh, Sebring can do that. Marsh,
A nice bloop.
that might fall down.
It's going to
Drops.
drop right in front, and they're going to try to get him out at second, and not in time. A nice bloop single to left by Blake Marsh. And all of a sudden, we got an error and a hit, and the Saints have first and second with one out here in the bottom of the seventh as catcher Austin Show goes to have a meeting with his pitcher.
Exactly. It's exactly what I said. It seems like the Saints are the team where you make a mistake, and it's like they get hungrier. They're like, okay, that you just gave us an opportunity. You opened the door for us. We're going to go through it. Even if it's a bloop single like there from Marsh, great job. Great read by Burden. Knowing that the left fielder Bologna was going to come up throwing, trying to get the force out at second, something we saw the Saints do in the first inning. And that brings up Sebring. If he can just do what he did last time, rip the doubles few feet away from a home run, if he can get a hit here, and it could be that all-important insurance run I've been talking about.
Definitely feeding the beast, and the Saints continuing to be looking here for their second run of the ball game. One out count on Jonas Sebring. And the pitch. In there for strike one.
Sebring, he said he doubled, was stranded on third. Jackson Cobb's on deck. I wouldn't mind if Sebring can maybe it doesn't look like he's going to do it, but drop a bunt down third base line. Third baseman playing back a little bit. Obviously now 2 strikes he won't. But I wouldn't mind a bunt in that situation with the speed Sebring has. At worst, sets up second and third, 2 outs for Cobb. Obviously he's not doing that.
If anything, get those runners moved over to second and third. Might get something. It takes out the double
There's that
play,
worst case, 2 outs, second and third for Cobb. But with Sebring's speed, I think he can beat it out. Obviously with 2 strikes, we won't see him do it now.
No, sir. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off right. Stays alive, Jonas Sebring. Got a fighter at the plate. Two runners on, 1 out. Count 1-2. Saints still up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the 1-2. Sebring chops this up down the third base
difficult
line.
play.
Unable to make the tag. And Sebring
Ooh.
is just barely safe at second. A nice chop single. And the third baseman, Tate Samuelson, is stunned.
It'll be an infield hit for Sebring. We knew his speed. That was going to be a tough play. He went for the swipe of Burden. Did not get him. I thought they got him at first by a step. First base umpire obviously had a better view than I did.
Words over there.
The Blues coach agrees with me as well.
The manager for the Blues going out and having a word with the first base umpire.
But I thought they got him by a step. First base umpire says no. Obviously no replay system or any of that in here. So the bases will be loaded. That's just good as a bunt single. And the base will be loaded. Only 1 out now for Cobb.
And Jackson Cobb in prime opportunity with just 1 out. And the Saints have got to be nipping at their heels right now. Trying to get some run support here and increase their lead. It would be a big benefactor out of Jackson Cobb. As it looks like they're going to have a mound meeting here by the Blues. As Jarrett said, runners at all the bases. Bases are juiced here.
Sebring now, 1 of 2 Saints, multiple hits in the game. He'll go along with Cowley. Still a 1-0 game. This could be a huge at-bat. Obviously, the Blues get out of this. They'll carry some momentum on their side. They're down to the last 6 outs. A gap shot here from Cobb or a big hit here can really be the backbreaker for San Luis Obispo.
These are the pitcher's duels that you love to see. This is a really fan-oriented game here. Bunts, situational hitting, hit and runs. This is getting down to fundamental baseball here, and I love that the Saints are really taking advantage of everything that the Blues have given them so far in this game as well.
And there's been, in this pitching duel, there's been opportunities, but both teams, this game really has missed that big hit. And this is the chance for Cobb to get it. This is the big hit that the game has been missing. How many times have we seen both these teams with runners in scoring position with 2 outs and they couldn't get it? Now with the bases loaded, this is the opportunity for that big hit that can really change the game.
These hits seem to come few and far in between, and it seems that hopefully Jackson Cobb is going to get a hit here for the Saints.
He's looking for his first hit of the game. Bradshaw's on deck. He homered in the first, but has struck out his last 2 at-bats. Corners are in for the Blues, just outside the infield grass.
Play it up. And that's a chopper from Jackson Cobb. That's going to get to the shortstop. He doesn't know where to go with it, and everyone will be safe. The shortstop, Connor Costeca, unable to make a play at any of the bases, and that will be another infield single, possibly an E6. He held on to that ball for quite a minute, but Jackson Cobb with a lot of speed down that first base line, and maybe a smart play by Costeca just holding on to that ball.
Yeah, that'll be an infield hit for Cobb. Costeca really didn't, obviously there's no chance for a double play. He thought about going to second if he, with Cobb's speed, really didn't have a play at first. And that's back-to-back infield singles, and they're still loaded. Saints now add to their lead. It's 2-0.
Love that the Saints added to their lead there. And the man Jag Burden credited for the run. Jackson Cobb with the RBI. Back-to-back night ribbies for Jackson Cobb.
And good job by Cobb to put the ball in play. He has the speed to beat out a double play, and he didn't want to strike out in that situation. He did just that. Same with Bradshaw here. Don't want to strike out.
The Saints still in prime opportunity here. As you said, 1 out, bases still loaded here for Connor Bradshaw. Struck out both times since he homered. His first time up in the first inning.
A fly ball would get Marsh in from third and add another insurance run.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss off of a nice, seemed to be changeup there. And that'll be 1-2 to Connor Bradshaw.
It's been a different Bradshaw since the first at-bat in which he homered. A lot of swings and misses at ball in the dirt. Both the swings and misses so far in this at-bat, ball's out of the zone. He struck out in the third inning, swinging out 1 in the dirt. He struck out looking in the 5th, but a lot of chases here from Bradshaw since that first at-bat.
On the 1-2 looks to make the count 2-2. Connor Bradshaw really looking to get more runs on the board, get some more run support. Still just 1 out. He's looking to drive in. Man on second and third, that would be Blake Marsh and Jonah Sebring. The 2-2. It's going to be chopped to the shortstop.
It'll be difficult to turn
Flip.
2.
He's going to throw over to first, and he's not going to be able to get it, and another run will score. Jonah Sebring and Blake Marsh add to the lead, and that'll make it 4-0. And Connor Bradshaw makes his way over to second on the throwing error there. Connor Costeca able to flip to Ryan Fenn for the first out. Fenn with the throwing error to Trey Clarkson. And the Saints now up 4-0, adding to their run total. And you know that's got to feel good for the Saints to make sure that they're going to keep their pressure on. And with that 4-run lead, that's just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, not a hard hit ball by Bradshaw. It would be difficult to turn 2 with this speed going down. But actually, with a good throw from Fenn there, I think they would have had him, but the throw went way up the first base line. Nothing that Clarkman could do at first. It results in 2 runs, and Elliott with a single to center could be a 5th run.
Here it comes. Here comes Connor Bradshaw. He's rounding third. Cooper Elliott going to hold up at first. And the Saints now a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
And what did all of this start with?
The error.
An error. On
Error by
a lazy ground ball to first base.
Ever since
That
then,
Jack Burton hit, and you get on. And I said the Saints seem to always capitalize on those mistakes, and sure enough, they do. It results in 4 runs right now in this inning. That would have been the second out of the inning for Plyman, and just like that, now it's a 5-run game, and this is, like I said, what the Saints needed, stretching it to 5 as there'll be a pitching change. As now, seeing the Blues, like it's a backbreaker for the Blues. You're down by 1, you still have a chance. Now down 5 with 2 innings to go. Obviously, the chances are much smaller.
an RBI by Jackson Cobb, 2 RBIs by Connor Bradshaw, and an RBI by Cooper Elliott. We'll make it 5-0. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back in a little bit. Back to the action here off of a pitching change. A new pitcher here for the Blues. And up to bat at the plate will be Drew Cowley. 2 singles for Cowley in this game, 2 for 3 thus far. So he takes inside for ball 1. Saints have really done the damage here in the bottom of the 7th inning, putting up 4 runs off of a couple of base hits and a couple of errors by the San Luis Obispo Blues. 1-0 pitch. Blasted up, tracking foul. The left fielder, Belena, able to camp under it and make the catch. But the damage has been done here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Saints score 4 runs off of 2 hits and leave 1 runner on base as we're headed to the top of the 8th inning. Saints lead 5-0. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Back to the action here. Top of the 8th inning. Back on the mound is Derek Yu. And it is no longer a pitcher's duel anymore as the Saints capped off the 7th with 4 runs to make it a 5-0 ball game.
Yeah, I stand corrected. Derek Yu going back out there for his 3rd inning of work. And a little bit of trouble in the first 2. You wonder if the 4 insurance runs added on had any impact of Milam keeping him out there.
Sure does.
Instead of making a change.
100%. With you also showing a lot of determination not really seem to be phased by these runners on base, able to get out of that last inning with the pickle from the runner at third.
Yeah, we'll have the heart of the order, though, 2, 3, and 4 now for the Blues. And the big thing is just got to get ahead of these guys. It's falling behind some of these counts. But like you said, as the Saints pitchers, Dorado and Andros did too, getting out of the jams. That's why they still have the shutout going.
That ball fouled off, shaking our camera a bit, evening up the count at 2-2. Trey Clarkson 1 for 2 thus far today. Got hit by a pitch his last time up and singled back in the first inning. The 2-2 pitch. Fired, a nice slider gets him for strike 3, and that'll be the second strikeout here for Derek Yu.
Yeah, beautiful off speed. Had Clarkson out in front and way too early on it. And you get the second strikeout and out number 1 in the 8th.
And that'll bring up the big man, Mason Grotto. Grounded out into a double play his last time up.
For a lot of pitchers sitting in the dugout for a long time, the Saints sent 8 hitters to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. They can get cold and be a little rusty going back out there. For you, maybe it was a good thing to get that break. And he came out and struck out the first guy. But now it's the dangerous Grotto.
1-1 the count to Grotto. The 1-1. Just misses outside for ball 2. The 2-1. Chopper back to Derek Yu. Fields it cleanly. The throw a bit off, and that's going to go out into right field. And Mason Grotto will have a stand-up double from the error throw by Derek Yu. It will be an error, E1, so no double, but he will be on at second.
Yeah, I mentioned this last time we were on the call. It seems like it's always so difficult for these pitchers to make a throw to really any base. You see it professionally, collegiate level, anywhere. When it's a chopper back to the pitcher, it's not an easy play for him to throw to first. And you saw with you there getting under it and chucks it way over Marsh's head at first. And now the Blues, again, have a runner in scoring position, trying to get that first run in.
I don't think many baseball fans understand, Jarrett, that even though a lot of these pitchers work PFPs and work on those throws to first, come game time when you're pitching, the adrenaline's pumping, you're used to kicking off that mound, then you have to make a regular throw over to first. Balls can tend to sail since you're not coming down off of a mound, and that was a prime example of it right there. Saints still have 1 out, runner on second. Austin Shell, the catcher. Takes strike 2, 1-2. Shell, the only man who has been able to hit off of every single pitcher that the Saints have offered today. 3 for 3 thus far. I believe that's actually a 1-1 count.
Yeah, as you said, it hasn't mattered who the Saints thrown out there. He already has 1 single off you as well, laser into left.
And there's another single driven out into center field, and that's looking like Grotto will score. And the throw at the plate is in time, but mishandled by Bo Willis. And it's looking like Austin Shell will make his way over to second. Good heads-up base running by the Blues, and they score their first run of the ball game, credited to Austin Shell, his 4th hit of the game, 4 for 4 thus far, and really having his way off of these Saints pitchers. And the prime example of it right there, gets the first run for the Blues.
A laser by Cooper Elliott to the plate. Had him gone. If Bo Willis handles that ball, he's out. We've seen so many times the Saints outfielders gun people at the plate. That was another one there. Bo Willis just could not handle. You see him upset with himself as that would have been an out. Nonetheless, Shell gets his 4th single of the game. 4-4 with 4 singles now. Takes second on the throw, and that's the first run for the Blues.
The Blues here now down 4, still have a runner at second with 1 out.
And how important was those insurance runs I was talking about? The Blues, yeah, they've been shut out through 7 innings, but how many times they've been so close to scoring? You knew it was only a matter of time before they get that, at least that 1 run in. So it's so important for the Saints to add a few more. I wasn't thinking 4 added runs, but hey, I'm sure that's even better for the Saints thanks to a couple errors. And now, even with that run, you can still settle down. Know he has a 4-run cushion here with the Saints only needing 5 outs more to winning their 4th straight game.
Tate Samuelson at the plate, takes ball 1. Samuelson is 1 for 2. Walked his last time up. Singled in the 4th inning. And struck out his first time up. The 1-0 is actually going to be a pickoff attempt over at second. Quick spaghetti move out of you, looking to keep the runner honest at second. Here's the 1-0. Fired high for ball 2. He has had a little bit of trouble getting up in the count since he first started. Was able to go up 0-2 to most of the hitters he faced. Now behind in the count, 2-0. Hitters count here for Tate Samuelson. See if he can make some bat on ball contact. Not able to do that as that ball misses way outside for ball 3.
And as I said, I've mentioned many times for the night, Saints take advantage of the mistakes, but so do the Blues. And the throwing error by you going over the first baseman's head, that runner obviously comes around to score on the base hit from Shell.
Really seem to give the Blues life.
They're rally
ballgame.
starters. When you make errors like that, you walk a few guys, they're rally starters. It gives them, they want to cash it in. Free base runners.
And that'll be in there for strike 1 on Tate Samuelson. Austin Shell, the runner at second. Going to get credited with an RBI and a run in this inning. Tate back to a hitters count 3-1. That'll be ball 4 as Shell easily takes third. Well, Willis with a little lack of hustle there to the ball, but an easy steal there from Shell. Nothing that Willis could do really there off of the dropped catch. Runners at the corners with 1 out. And it's looking like a pitching substitution here for the Arroyo Seco Saints. And in fact it is. Bringing in another southpaw.
Looks like Stamos.
It's going to be Chris Stamos coming in. Coming from Stamos, transferred from Glendale Community College, now at California Berkeley. And he's looking to get the close here for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Saints lead 5-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Pitching change for the Saints.
So Derek Yu's day is done as Chris Stamos takes the mound.
Number 24.
One out here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners at the corners for the Blues. Stamos looking to control a little bit of the bleeding here, trying to turn a nice double play. And the victim will be Grant Burton. Burton 0 for 3 thus far, unable to get a hit off of these Saints staff. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to the pitcher. The 0-1. Fired in there, strike 2, and Stamos starting off strong with 2 quick strikes to Burton. And will be ahead 0-2 in this count.
Long pause from Stamos.
Another foul off on the 0-2, keeps the count right where it is.
Double play ball would be perfect here for Stamos. You a little bit of trouble in each of his innings. Didn't have his best stuff tonight, but limited the damage. See if Stamos can help his teammate out and get out of here without allowing the runner on third to get in. If you're the Saints, though, you'll take an out for a run, being up 4, so a fly ball wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
See if the Saints try to hold that runner at first, and we'll see if the Blues try to send him to avoid that double play ball. Stamos just focusing right now on the batter. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike 3 on 4 pitches. Stamos starting off hot and sends Grant Burton packing.
Yeah, Burton totally fooled on the curveball. He's actually late on the curveball. He was just totally fooled. A weird swing, really. But he's down for the 3rd time tonight on strikes.
Now bring up Vincent Bologna. Caught in that pickle between third and home that could have costed the Blues a run there. Nice heads-up defense by the Saints in that inning. That was back in the 7th. Oh, and 1 the count to Vincent Bologna. Runner still on the corners, 2 outs. Stamos looking to hold it to just 1. The pitch. Gets a piece of it for strike 2.
Remember, Bologna last inning was the guy that got stranded in between third and home. It was in the pickle. One of a few base running mistakes for the Blues in this game. Looking for the punch out.
The 0-2. Fouled back. Vincent Bologna unable to get a hit so far today. The fly out to center field and 2 walks. It's actually hit by a pitch
actually, I
the
believe
last
one of
time
them,
up.
1 walk and 1 was the hit by pitch on the elbow guard.
Technically, could be a walk. Depends how you look at it. Hit by a pitch, free base, free pass. And the 0-2. Chopped down the third base line, foul. Chirping from the dugout, encouraging Vincent Bologna here. A lot of support here from the Blues. Trying to close the gap in their deficit, down 4 runs still. And 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, running out of lives in this ball game to try to make a comeback. Oh, 2 swing and a miss. Got him on a good curveball. Strike 3. And Stamos is able to hold off the Blues comeback and sits them down to just 1 run. We're heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Saints are still up 5-1.
Stepping in now for the Saints, number 16, Bo Willis.
We're back here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Saints looking to add on to their lead as the Blues just answered with a 1 run in the top of the 8th inning. Bo Willis, the first man up. Bo is 0 for 3 thus far today, grounded out into a double play his last time up. As for Derek Yu, his day was done as well when Chris Stamos came in. Yu 2 hit batters, 3 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed, and 2 hit batters, along with 2 walks as well.
Yeah, Stamos did a great job coming in. Threw 8 pitches, all for strikes. Did not throw a ball. Got 0-2 on both of them. Both hitters got a few foul balls, but Stamos sent him packing. Coming in, throwing strikes, exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Aaron Milam. See what the Saints can do. Sent 8 men to the plate in the last inning. See if they can get that run back and add some more insurance here before they go for the save in the 9th.
Looking to hopefully see Richardson back out there to get the close.
I don't know if we'll see him
Unable
again
to-
2 nights in a row after he threw a lot of pitches, a lot of walks last night.
Sure did. That is a miss.
I'd be shocked if we see him again.
Fortunately, unable to get the save tonight. The Saints lead by 4 runs. Hoping to make it 5 or 6 and get some run support here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-1. Chopped back up to the pitcher. And the second baseman, Ryan Fenn, over to first to retire Bo Willis for the first out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Quick 4-3 play, and that'll bring Josh Cowden up to the plate. Cowden has struck out twice and grounded out to second. 0 for 3 thus far, looking for his first hit of the ballgame.
Number 27, Josh Cowden.
Yeah, Cowden, a guy that I say all the time, a.k.a. the milkman, always gets his hits in bunches. Seems like he gets a lot of multi-hit games. Today he hasn't gotten one.
The 0-1. This is low for ball 1.
Josh has struck out twice, as a lot of these Saints have. Starter Matthew Sock struck out a lot of Saints, but it hasn't made a difference. Saints got the 1 run off of him, added 4 last inning, and right now they're giving Sox, not only did they score the first run he's allowed this year, but they're giving him his first loss if they hold on.
Sure are, Jared, and the first double-digit strikeouts I think we've seen definitely against the Saints all season, but could be in the CCL. I haven't had the chance to look all the way around yet, but 10 strikeouts, definitely notching a good number there, as the 1-2 pitch misses just outside for ball 2.
Yeah, Dominic Dorado would be in line for the win for the Saints because Saxon Andros only went 3 innings. In the CCL, you have to go at least 4 innings to be qualified for a win. Obviously, in the majors, it's 5, but here in the California Collegiate League, it's only 4. Andros pulled an inning too short, so Dorado is in line for the win, barring the Saints hold on.
The 2-2. And yes, he did. He swung at that high fastball for strike 3. And back-to-back hitters go down for the Saints to start off the bottom of the 8th inning. Jag Burden now coming up to the plate. Burden started the Saints rally, putting on a lot of runs just last inning with the error by first baseman Trey Clarkson. That got Blake Marsh a single, Jonah Sebring, Jackson Cobb, Connor Bradshaw driving in 2 RBIs, and Cooper Elliott having a single and RBI as well before Cowley flew out to left field to end the inning. Jag hoping for the same result to start this rally here with 2 outs. 1-0 swung on and missed for strike 1.
After losing 4 straight, Saints would be looking to win. They're 3 outs away of winning 4 straight. They had improved their league record to 5-4. They won their very first game of league, then lost the next 4, and were 1-4 in league play And it was a little nerve-wracking if you're a Saints fan. If like, oh, how is the season really going to go for us? But to come back and they're 3 outs away winning their 4th straight, that'd be
Ooh,
5
and
and
that ball
4
is
is an
swung
impressive
on and
inning.
missed by Jag Burden. Another high fastball chase, and that will end the 8th inning. No hits, no runs, nobody left on base for the Saints. 3 up, 3 down, unfortunately, as we head in to the top of the 9th inning. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Attention, California Collegiate League fans. Watch the 2021 CCL show game presented by ABDG Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts begin at 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCL Baseball. We're here in the top of the 9th inning. Due up for the Blues is Thomas Trinka, Ryan Fenn, and back to the top of the lineup in Connor Costeca.
Stamos still out there pumping strikes. Another first pitch strike here to Trinka.
0-1, fouled back, and Stamos has started all 3 of his batters. And really, as you said, has not thrown a ball yet in this ball game, throwing all strikes and has led in every single count through 3 batters.
The Blues in danger of losing their 3rd straight game as they finish up this road stand. They're back home tomorrow against the Oaks.
Trinka lines it up. Jackson Cobb slips a little, makes the throw, and is in time to get Trinka out and retire the first batter here in the top of the 9th inning.
Nice off-balance throw by Cobb to stick with the play. A few tricky hops out there for him tonight, but been able to make all the plays, and there's nothing better than opening up the 9th inning, no matter what the lead is, with retiring the first batter you face.
Definitely feels sweet. And all strikes is even better for Stamos as the Blues are down to their last 2 lives.
There's another one. He might not throw a ball.
Stamos could only possibly face 2 more batters, and if he keeps pitching the way he does, it's looking very likely. The 0-1 to Fenn.
There's the
And
ball.
There had to be that ball right there. A little too good to be true, but we'll take that ratio 100%. The fact that he has thrown nearly 9 strikes to 1 ball. The 1-1. Curveball missing outside. Too hot to handle for Bo Willis. Two-one to Fenn. Swung on, chopped back for strike 2. Chatter seems to be dwindling here in the Blues dugouts as they are running low on time and batting opportunities to try to make this comeback here in the top of the 9th inning. Marsh over at first, Cobb at second. Infield set for the Saints. The 2-2. Really tempting curveball in the dirt. Fenn lays off. Full count.
Yeah, good eye by Fenn. Stamos trying to get him with the curveball in the dirt. Did not chase. Now Stamos in danger of walking his first man. Don't want to put any free base. Give any free bases away. Especially with the top of the order coming up.
3-2 pitch. Lifted
That's gonna
up
be
down the
playable.
right field line. Blake Marsh trying to track to get it.
Nope.
Just out of the reach.
Wonder if he still goes back to another fastball. The curveball a few times, it seems like he's getting on top of it and skipping it a little bit in the dirt. That fastball, Fenn was a little late on. I'd like to see him go back to the fastball. See if he can blow it by him. Unless he has feel for that curveball. Here's the fastball again, and again, Fenn just gets a piece of it. See if he goes to a third straight fastball or decides to go with the off speed.
Three-two pitch.
It is the
Curveball
curveball.
gets him on the strike three looking. What a great pitching duel there between Chris Stamos and Ryan Fenn. Stamos wins that battle, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Connor Kosteka, and this will be the final, could be potentially final at bat for the Blues here in this ball game. Still looking to come back down 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning.
Stamos decided to go to the curveball after Fenn was a little late on a couple fastballs, had him frozen with the curveball. You can tell Fenn was looking for another fastball, didn't get it, and Stamos gets another strikeout, his 3rd of the night.
There's another curveball to start off this at bat. Really having great command of his off speed since coming into this game. And he's really displayed that, mixing up the off speed with his fastball that has really been throwing off these hitters so far in this game, and hopefully to close this game out. The 0-1 to Kosteka. This is outside and low for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Kosteka hitless so far in this game, 0 for 4. He's grounded out 3 times and struck out looking. The pitch. Yes,
Check
he
swing.
did. Home plate umpire says strike 2.
A lot of complaints come from the Blues dugout.
The frustration building up for the Blues as
They're down
they've
to the last
disagreed.
strike.
And they've also disagreed with a few calls so far in this ball game. Not happy with that home plate umpire.
Still chirping.
Blues letting them know. Stamos sets, kicks, and delivers. 1-2 just chopped. A very nice off-speed pitch to try to get him there. Kosteka just able to get a piece of it, and the Blues are still alive.
Saints conclude their homestand tomorrow. Looking to be 4-0 going into that. Potential to be 5-0 on this homestand, and that's nothing like protecting your home turf.
They'll have the game tomorrow against the Orange County Riptide before going on the road to face the Blues. Just misses outside, and we got deuces wild to potentially end this ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Chris Stamos. Looking to get this close here for the Saints and put a W in the win column for, as Jarrett said, their 4th straight victory. All at home.
Got
Swing and a miss on the high cheddar. Gets him swinging, and that's going to wrap up this ball game. Kosteka goes 0 for 5 and is unable to be the hero to keep things going. and the Saints will get the 5-1 victory to continue their home win streak. And it was really a great game overall by the Saints. They really showed complete dominance both on the pitching side and on the hitting side. We saw them really come together in that 7th inning. As Jarrett said, 8 batters made their way to the plate as the high five lines begin, and the Saints look to continue this win streak tomorrow night against the Orange County Riptide. And they've beaten the Riptide so far in this win streak. They beat them at home a couple of nights ago. And Jarrett, it's been a great homestead for the Saints. There's been a lot of things that you can tribute to what they've been doing right. They've had a lot of early meetings for practices. Head coach Aaron Milam has really been working on completing overall these games, winning these close games. As I said in the last broadcast, it seems that the magic number for this team is 4. The Saints put up 5 runs tonight, and just a complete pitching dominance, only allowing 1 run, credited to Derek Yu, and a great outing from this Saints ball club.
Yeah, and it seems like the theme of the Saints when they're successful and they're winning ball games is when the other teams make mistakes. You make mistakes against the Saints, they're going to take advantage of it. A lot of base running miscues on the offensive side for the Blues, and then errors on the defensive side for the Blues, and the Saints take advantage. That big inning in the 8th inning, obviously the 7th inning, changing the game with those insurance runs, and it all started with errors. So the Saints have taken advantage of that, improved to 9-6, now 5-4 in league play, while the Blues dropped to 3-3 on league play. Give Matthew Sox his first loss, his first run allowed. The solo shot by Bradshaw on the first really got things started for the Saints, and they never looked back.
Bradshaw really set the tone in this game, starting it off with the home run. And we've been seeing this more and more. The Saints at the beginning of the season were more of a late scoring team. They would score in the middle towards the end of ball games, usually trying to come back and battle their way back. Lately, they've been leading early. They've been setting the tone, commanding their leads. And with the pitching staff that they've got today, Saxon Andros, alongside Dominic Dorado, Derek Yu, and Chris Stamos, that group and this overall staff really can shut down a ball club and put them in their tracks. And with a team like the Blues, they're riding a losing streak thus far, and they're going to look to turn that around. They face the Saints this Saturday at home. So another chance for this 3rd game of the season, this 3rd matchup. It's been split 1-1. We'll see if the Saints can continue their dominance, especially going on the road now. They've been playing really well at home, but can they carry it on the road? That's going to be the big question here coming up this Saturday.
Absolutely. They'll look to go 5-0 on the homestand tomorrow, and then they'll travel to the Blues. It's a tough team to beat, and they did it here today, and they'll try to do that again on Saturday.
And for all of you listening, we hope that you go to ArroyoSecoBaseball.com. Check out all of our merchandise there. Catch up with the team. There's plenty of stories from our journalism crew. Make sure you're going on our Twitter, Arroyo Seco CCL, and our Instagram, Arroyo Seco Baseball _CCL. For all of you watching the broadcast, please give us a like, subscribe. We love building this community here in Arroyo Seco. Come out to these ball games. It's a great time here at Jackie Robinson Field. And the Saints, they're riding a win streak. These games are fun to watch, and the fans really building the camaraderie and getting behind this team. It's going to be a great season for these Arroyo Seco Saints. They're 9-6, and they're looking to continue their win streak heading into these next couple of games. For Jared Thompson, I'm Charles Duncan. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and have a great rest of your night. Thank you.